or anything, but I wanted to come on really quick because this is season. First of all, I might have to run really quick. I am outside the building of my daughter's speech therapy, so I might have to run fast, but feel free to ask a question as I go through, or even like put it in the comments. I'm trying my best to catch up with my comments and emails. It gets a lot, but I know, and text messages, because yes, some of you have my phone number, which is fine. It's fine. I did want to address, because it is time for consultations, homeschool evaluations, those kind of things, and I am finding, well, first of all, there's a lot of questions. So I'm going to try to come on live soon more to answer some of those. But in regards to homeschool evaluations, I do, and consultations, both, because on my website, I have all of the places where you can sign up for them. I know that I'm running out of space, and I will start to put in more dates as we get closer. I kind of do that on purpose because I want to fill up the dates. Like, I don't want to have a Tuesday where I have like a 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then I want to have them like back to back and then start filling in the extras. So that's something that will happen. And then I do want to encourage you, like, if there's an emergency, because that happens, and you have to get it done right away because you forget or you didn't understand something, please email me. I will definitely work with my schedule to try and get you in. And I always do leave openings for emergency kind of situations. I also do want to add that I am doing consultations. That's nationwide, but I also am contracted through SPED Homeschool. There is something called Mindprint, and I've mentioned it a few times here and there. It's a specific kind of consultation where you start to understand cognitive thinking for your child, whether they have unique abilities, special needs, autism, Down syndrome, ADHD. This is really good for ADHD because you start to see where their strengths and weaknesses in their cognitive ability, and 50% of our ability to be successful in life is our cognitive skills. So if things like processing speed are slow, but your memory is strong, you can compensate a little bit more with the memory and learn some tools and techniques with the memory. And so I do consultations with that. The other thing to keep in mind, there is a debate out there between cognitive thinking, whether it grows, changes, can you change it, neuroplasticity. And I have gotten into arguments with doctors, like people who have doctorate degrees, because more research the old research says that you can't change somebody's cognitive development, or cognitive skills, I should say, right? Cognitive skills. But new research is showing that you actually can. And with this consultation and test through SPED Homeschool, you can see where the weaknesses are and things that you can do to improve those skills. And of course, one of the most easiest way to improve cognitive skills is through games, card games, sorting games, memory games, playing memory, because it's processing speed, memory. Of course, I'm blanking. My memory is a little weak, but ooh, cool. My daughter has, see, this is why I have glasses on my head. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so she just wrote that it was very interesting. It is really interesting. And like things like that, developing those cognitive skills. There's a program called Equipping Minds. Look into it. And even Dr. Brown, Carol Brown, who wrote that curriculum, is super sweet. And she will set up appointments and stuff like that, if you're doing Equipping Minds, you could, but that one is specifically for cognitive skills building. But the test, which is, I just said the name of it, Mindprint, there we go. That is through SPED Homeschool. Go to SPED Homeschool. If you go to the SPED, SPED, which stands for Special Education, is what it stands for. It is homeschooling. It is Christian. Everybody in there is basically Christian. I think there's some that aren't, but it is rooted in Christian foundation, foundations. So, but it is for special needs homeschooling. But it's one of those things where, like, even if you're not homeschooling, you can still get a lot out of it, especially with this Mind Print test, because Mind Print is nationwide. They use it in the schools and everything. It's actually the test that they use for astronauts, NASA astronauts, which is very interesting because it's cognitive stuff. It'll tell you, and it'll give you like a percentile. It's really cool. Anyway, I'll try to put a link after I'm done with my live on this. That was not the reason I came on. The reason I actually came on was to let you know that it is the season for consultations. It is the season for homeschool evaluations for state of Florida. And it gets busy. And I want you to know that just because a date is not, like, you have to get it done by the end of May, and there's only a couple available dates in May and they don't match your schedule, that you can still reach out to me privately through text. Well, if you have my number, which not everybody does, but email. Email me, and then I'm trying my best to keep up with things. Like, I'm going to go back inside, sit in the waiting room, and go through all my comments and text and everything, and just try my best to answer them. Comments, text, emails. It should be in the description, but it's leilani at leilanimelindas.com is my business email. I will try to put that in the comments. But if you guys have any questions, let me know, because there's like a couple of you guys on here. And I'm trying to think if there's any other pressing information I wanted to tell you. I'm still trying to work on a few projects. I actually want to teach. I'm going to look into this, and just if you're watching this video in the comments, like, let me know whether you're watching it now or later. But one of the things that I've been praying about doing is this one specific curriculum. It's a science. It's a high school, middle school. You can get high school credit for it. It's an actual class that you can take online, and I would teach it. Well, it's a book. You would order the book. You would have the book at home. You would go through the book at home with your family, and then we would have once a week discussions for like 10 weeks. And I love this curriculum. And there's no labs. It's a science discussion curriculum class. And it's, I'll give you the name really quick. It's Dr. Warner and Carl Warner, I think is his first name. I'm drawing blanks because my brain is in like 5 different places. I'm going to put a link to that curriculum in a second. The Grand Experiment. It took me a second. It's called the Grand Experiment. I want to do a discussion class so bad. It's all about, I should tell you what it's about. It's preparing your child for high school from a Christian perspective, a creation perspective. And there's 4 books. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me see. What are you saying? Sorry, somebody walked out. It's really awkward sometimes. Memorial Press for math. See, you're at, okay. I don't know much about Compass Classroom. Like, there's so many curricula out there. I thought about doing that. And Memorial Press is good. They've been around for a while. They're classical. And so Memorial Press is good. It's more of a classical education. I don't know much about Compass Classroom. I would have to look through it. And it's very interesting because I see so many different curriculums out there because I'm doing these homeschool evaluations, and I'm seeing the kids' work, I'm seeing the kids' reactions, I'm seeing the learning style connected with the kid. And so usually I see like a ton of different types of curricula, and plus I go to the conferences, but I have not seen Compass Classroom yet. That has not come across my path as far as I remember, but Memorial Press has, and they're old school. They've been around. So they're not old school, like as in old school Abeka, but they've been around for a while, and they're classical education. We've used some of their stuff here and there as like little fillers. So it's, I mean, if you like the classical, if you're in Florida, by the way, there's like bugs everywhere. So that's why if you see me, like, they're everywhere. And it's disgustingly humid outside. But yeah. But anyway, back to the, yeah, just let me know. I might put more information about the Grand Experiment and doing that as an actual class and a discussion class, preparing your child for high school to deal with the argument of evolution and creation, and why evolution is not a solid, there's not support for it. Like when you get down to it, it's got a lot of circular reasoning in it. But then creation has been proven scientifically, and it's also biblical. So he does a lot of research, he does a lot of interviews, and he's got a 4-book You can go through one in like a semester, but he has a 4-book series that goes with it. And I know him personally, so I will, if it's something, I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he could actually come on like the last day or something to talk with. But I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Compass Classroom is also classical education, so yeah, I don't know much about them. Okay, but I am gonna have to go because I do have to go back inside. Yeah, I have to go back inside and pick up my daughter from speech therapy. So, yeah, if you have any more questions, just leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try to set up a couple lives, especially to answer more of these type questions. Science Shepherd is good at doing that. There's one. I wonder if it's Science Shepherd. No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. There was one science curriculum that insulted me on their commercial. I don't know. I don't think it's Science Shepherd because, no, they've been around too long. It's not them. But I always like, if I don't know the science, I'm like, is that the one? I was mad. I wrote out and I was like, you need to take this down right now. They blurred my face out and made a really nasty statement. And I was mad because people were reaching out to me saying, I just saw this commercial with you in it, and I can't believe they did this. And I was like, but they took it, I think they took it down. I think they did eventually take it down. Yeah, because I wasn't the only one. They were trashing the curriculum review YouTubers. And that was such a bad move on them too. This is so personal. I don't even know if I ever wanted to ever talk about this live, but it's like gossip. It's not really gossip, but they were saying that, are you sick of looking at, then they posted a bunch of YouTube curriculum reviews and blurred our face and said some trash. I can't remember what they said, basically saying that you can't get anything out of these homeschool moms that are sharing curriculum, which was such a bad move on their part because it's like, if you get on our bad side, we're the ones out there advocating for these groups. You just made it so we don't want to help you out. It's interesting. They took it down though. And you know what's funny is after I saw that curriculum, I was like, shit, I'm never trying that curriculum. And but it's not Science Shepherd, and it's not Mel Science. That was another one that somebody brought up, maybe not here, but I don't even know. They may have, it was a subscription box, I think. Anyway, I gotta go. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna, all right, cool. I could talk, once you guys start getting on here and leaving comments and stuff, I get like, I want to talk to you instead of like, pick up my daughter, but I gotta pick her up. But this is her speech therapy session, and okay, I'm gonna go. Just let me know in the comments if you watch this later. All right, let's see if I know how to turn this off. I do. It's been a while. All right, talk to you later.